Chosen ones, God Himself wants you to hear this. A divine message is calling your name, and let these words settle in your bones and echo in your spirit. This is no random whisper in the wind. This is a deliberate summons, a divine insistence. Heaven is leaning close. The voice of God, steady, loving, certain, is calling you by name. You have been searching. You have been waiting. Doubt has knocked at your door. Questions have haunted your nights. And now, here is the answer you longed for. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are not dismissed. This is your now. You've walked through seasons that felt unending. Moments of utter despair, where hope was a fragile ember, barely glowing in the dark. Silent tears in lonely nights. The heavy burden of expectation unmet. The body weary, the spirit bruised. Yet you survived. You kept stepping forward when every fiber of your being pleaded to stop. That persistence, that breath you drew when you could have given in, this is the evidence of something alive inside you that refuses to give up. The trials you endured were not wasted. Each one was a forge. The heat refining, the pounding shaping, the pressure revealing what clay alone never could. You may have been bent, broken, bent again, but never beyond repair. That breaking was part of the making. That loss was part of the preparation. What you thought would devour you actually carved out reserves of faith, integrity, strength. What you believed was your end was merely a pivot toward your next beginning. Register this deeply. God has seen everything, every sleepless night, every whispered prayer, every moment you thought no one heard. He has felt your ache. He has held you in your broken places. He has lifted you in your weakness. That shadow you feared would swallow you, He stood in front of it. That pain you carried silently, He embraced it. And now He is shifting the landscape beneath your feet. The season of struggle is drawing to a close. A new chapter, written with promises, power, glory, is unfurling before you. Hear this call. You were never called to smallness, never meant to hide your gifts, never designed to drift in the shadows or shrink in fear. He's calling you higher, to live bigger than the expectations you've carried, to exceed the boundaries set by your doubts and the limits imposed by others, to rise in purpose, to walk in freedom, to inhabit abundance, to shine His glory so brightly that all around you will feel the warmth, see the light, believe something in themselves they didn't know was possible. Remember Joseph, betrayed by those he trusted, sold, imprisoned, forgotten, but never abandoned. God turned every twist and trial into unraveling of destiny that saved nations. Remember Esther, a girl without power, thrust into a throne, charged with courage, saved her people. Remember David, a shepherd, hiding, underestimated, yet chosen to lead, to conquer, to become a king whose heart delighted God. These stories are not ancient myths, they echo your story. The same God who raised them is with you. The same promise that carried them carries you. The same calling that looked impossible looks possible in your hands. All those tears, all those nights, every moment you felt you'd run out of strength, they served a purpose. The heartbreaks were carving empathy. The delays were lining up divine timing. The pruning was making space in you for what is to come. The seasons of loss, doubt, waiting, they were not punishment. They were a sacred preparation. They were drawing you toward your destiny, refining in you a faith that sees unseen things, a courage that meets fear, a trust that holds on to the invisible hand, even when the path is unclear. This is the moment. Doors you thought were locked are swinging open. Opportunities you thought improbable are flooding in. Divine connections are rippling outward, aligning, intersecting. The ground you once thought rotten is fertile. What you seeded in tears, what you planted in faith, is blossoming into life. What you believed had died, dreams, hopes, promises, are breathing again. Life surges where you waited in the desert. Rain comes after scorched earth. New growth springs up on old scars. Healing floods you. Whatever you have lost, whatever you feel is missing, God is not only replacing, He's multiplying. Where you felt empty, you will overflow. Where you felt weak, strength will wash through you like invincible tide. Where you felt broken, your wholeness will shine as a beacon. Where you've been silenced, your voice will roar. Where dreams were placed on hold, they will shatter ceilings. Where opposition rose, grace rises better. Reject the lies that tell you you're too late. You failed. You missed your chance. They are shadows. They are old fears. God says, you are chosen, His masterpiece, right on time. Every setback was set up. Every closed door was protection. Every no carved more capacity. Chosen one, understand this. You were never meant to blend in, to fade away. You were designed to radiate, to carry light, to shift atmospheres. When you step forward, words, actions, presence, they will carry a difference. Not because of your perfection, but because of His perfection alive in you. The calm in your soul, the peace you breathe in conflict, the faith that rises when logic fails. People will see it. Others will find courage through your example, hope through your testimony, light through your wounds made beautiful. You are not just being blessed, you are being positioned to bless. Rivers that overflow their banks flood the land around them. Your life will overflow into families, into communities, into strangers, into those who have never believed they deserve good, into those who have lost hope. Your story will awaken faith. Your courage will spark others to rise. Your peace will offer refuge, and in ways large and small, unseen and known, you will matter. You are not merely living for yourself. You are part of a ripple, a wave, a movement of destiny. Look carefully. Alignment is underway. Moments you thought random are pivot points. People you met when you least expected are connecting dots. Doors opening just at the right time. An idea or calling nudging you forward. A vision showing up out of nowhere. All part of the grand design. You may not see the full mosaic yet, but trust each piece. Trust every stitch. Even what you can't understand, even what you don't like, is necessary. The artist is masterful. Every stroke, shade, break, contour, working together. The unveiling is near. The masterpiece is about to be revealed. Your past does not write your future. Your mistakes, regrets, what you've lost, these will not define you. God defines you by His love, His promises, His plan. He looks at you and says, you are beloved, you are victorious, more than a conqueror, unstoppable, not because of what you have done well, but because of who He is. Not because you earned it, but because you were created for it. Stand in that identity. This is the command. Rise. Rise from the ashes of fear. Rise from the chains of shame. Let your faith grow wild. Let your courage break through. Let your voice be heard. Let your presence be felt. Let your impact multiply. The world needs your story. Your generation needs your light. Your circle needs your breakthrough. The helpless need your healing. The overlooked need your affirmation. This is not about comfort. It's about destiny. Don't wait for perfect. Don't wait until fear is gone. Just step. one foot in front of the other, with God's hand holding yours. Walk through the door that's opening. Speak the word that shivers on your lips. Claim what He has promised you. Believe it. Act as though it's true now, because in spiritual realms, in the unseen, it already is. Look up. Lift your eyes. The horizon glows. Faith's sunrise is breaking. The winds of change are blowing. Divine favor is riding the current straight toward you. Angels are stirring. What seemed impossible is compressing into possibility. What seemed distant is rushing in. What seemed lost, restoring. Chosen one, world is expecting. Not for you to be perfect, but for you to be real. Not for you to hide, but to step out. Not to live quietly, but to roar with grace, courage, love. Let this be the moment you stop shrinking. Let this be the moment you embrace the fullness of what you were made for. For everything God has spoken over your life is not in the future, it is in the process, and you are already in the moment. This is your season. The breakthrough is yours. Restoration is yours. Joy is yours. Power is yours. Purpose is yours. Freedom is yours. Light is yours. The dreams you thought were ashes are kindling back to flame. The hopes once extinguished are glowing into fire. Heaven is breathing into you. Go forward now, not timidly, but boldly, not waiting for every fear to pass, but trusting even amid fear, not shrinking because of past scars, but walking because of future vision. Be brave, be loud, be unstoppable, be radiant with His love. Let the world see through your life that promises are kept. Love never fails, and God's power does what only He can do. Chosen one, rise. Walk this breakthrough as though it's already here. Live like your story has already turned. And when you do, watch as every chain breaks, every door opens, every promise fulfilled. Believe it, receive it, become it. The world is waiting. Your story is about to be told.